What is good, my friends? I am super excited to share with y'all the newest member of the family. Only hint I'm giving, it's 2 wheels, but you've already concluded that based on the title. Right now, limited space in the house, so yeah, storage situation's a little iffy, but we got it, title's in hand, and without further ado, let's check it out. I know you guys are excited to see the bike, but before we get there, I need your help. This channel needs to hit 1,000 subscribers by May, and how can we do that? By first off, clicking the subscribe button if you haven't already, and 2, hitting like down below. Alright, I'll give you a second to do it. Thank you so much. Now, let's see the bike.
I love it! I thought. Yeah!
So, as you can see, the off-road bug has gotten me so much that we even jumped on the dual sport. Eh?
Yeah.
I'll jump into more details about why I picked this bike. Similar story to the Jeep. We'll get into that in a moment, but we're going to give it a couple little laps in this parking lot. First ride by my pups. So I have zero experience with off-roading on motorcycles, dirt bikes, anything of that nature. So this is going to be a learning process for me. Happy to have you guys along for the journey, but I cannot wait to take this thing out, start camping with it, maybe do some long distance trips. I'll talk about maybe some of the mods I'm already thinking about based on what I've been hearing about the bike. The seat's a little uncomfortable and the gas tank is metal and maybe kind of limiting. So we'll investigate a bit more about that. And you know I had to get the 2 together. Yellow power. Oh, this is so dope. And what's interesting is that, you know, if you had asked me prior to 2020, I did get the Jeep prior to the pandemic, but I did not expect to A, fall in love with this much, or B, become like an overlander, off-roader, camping kind of dude. All of that was made possible through 2020, through the extremely tragic events. The adapting that I had to do, that I got to do, it brought me a newfound love for the outdoors, and I'm super excited to share this experience with you guys. But I feel extremely grateful and blessed to be able to do this. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more where this came from. It's a good setup so far. We still got the Z1000, and then we'll never forget about that baby. A lot of maintenance to be done on her, but this is what we got for now, and I gotta say, it's not bad. I'm going to celebrate it now because it's only going to get better from here. Alright guys, so why the DR650? So the search for a second motorcycle kind of came about in the last couple months. It's been a while that I've wanted to start making some sort of money off of my passion being bikes and cars. I figured I know enough about them to know when I'm getting a good deal. So I just casually had been looking through listings through the winter. For those of you who live in winter climates, you know that bike prices drop significantly in the colder months. So with that being said, I started my search and I looked around for pretty much anything, whatever I could find a good deal on. There was an R1 out there for sale, but then I thought about it for a while. R1s are hard to flip, and just that there's not as many leader bike riders as there are smaller bike riders, and so I kind of passed up on it. Then I started looking for 400s and 500s, like newer bikes. I found that they're still expensive despite it being winter. I didn't see any like phenomenal deals out there. And then I came across the DR650. It was for sale for $4,000 and it looked like it was in good condition. The guy had a great description and I can appreciate a good listing, right? Messaged him, asked if he was open to offers. He said no, made an offer anyways, and told him respectfully, take your time, let me know. I think about 3 weeks went by and he got back to me asking for a middle ground. I stayed firm on my offer. Another week went by and then we finally came to agreement. So I got a good deal on it, and the idea is that I get it for cheap now in the winter, and if I would like to in the summer, I get to sell it hopefully around the 5,000 range. So similar story to the Jeep. I got the Jeep simply because of resale value, right? So I wanted something I could enjoy, but also when the time came, be able to sell it for a profit. However, this unfortunate thing happened where I fell in love with the TJ. So based on this very little experience I have so far with the DR, I have a feeling I'm also going to fall in love with this bike. It's reliable, it's affordable, it is low tech, meaning it's not going to be expensive to fix or break for that matter. One issue that you have to look out for is the neutral position center. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Full name here. But it's from the factory, it's inside the gearbox and it's like screwed down with some dinky screws. So with vibrations, and it doesn't have a rev limiter. Remember, low tech, nothing can vibrate. It's not uncommon for the screws to slowly pop out, fall, and just like destroy your gearbox. I asked the owner if he did it. He said he had no idea if it was done or not. So that's something I might want to do proactively. So I just open up the clutch and everything and get in there. They sell kits for it. So that's one of the main things I'm concerned about, just because it's a super common problem. Beyond that, super reliable bike. 2 points of complaints that I mentioned a little bit in the video are the seats. Is the seat, which is said to be pretty uncomfortable long distance. I think with time I'll be able to make that conclusion myself. Maybe I'll do a DIY cushion underneath, or maybe I'll look into options aftermarket. And finally, the gas tank. It's a dual sport, right? So Suzuki made a metal tank for an off-road road bike. Metal tanks are good for on the highway because it puts weight on the front wheel, keeps you planted. However, off-road metal tanks can be too heavy and bulky. So that's something I might look into, see what people say on the forums for an oversized plastic tank, so we get more fuel inside of there and lighter, versus just keeping stock tank. It looks nice. I like the way it looks. There's a little dent on it, but it's a 2006, so the bike has like 9,000 miles on it and it's running well. Guy, you can tell he took good care of it. He had a nice garage. He knew what he was talking about. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned.